Brilliance Audio presents The Morcai Battalion, The Pursuit, by Diana Palmer. Performed by Todd McLaren. It was the most boring voyage of Mekashe's recent life. He'd been sent to represent the Cehn-Tahr government at a meeting of security experts who dealt with the safety of heads of state. Since Mekashe was captain of the Cehn-Tahr Emperor Tnurat Alamantamekar's Imperial Guard, he was the obvious person to attend. But he was used to military routine, and this was far from that. It was an A-class cruise vessel, intended for use by the general public. Because it was more expensive than most transports, the people aboard tended to be from the highest level of their respective societies. It wasn't commonly known, but Mekashe was a royal, a great-nephew of old Tnurat. His relationship to the Emperor was why he was given the position of Imperial Guard captain. Clan status denoted position. So when his best friend, Raymond, followed Tumen as the commander of the Holkencom, Mekashe was given Raymond's former position as captain of the Guard. Clan status was the most important facet of the Cehn-Tahr's rigid class culture. Despite the relaxed atmosphere of the ship, which was uncomfortable, Mekashe did enjoy the observation deck. He could look out and see comets and meteors and distant stars as the huge vessel plowed its way through space. It was a novelty in his life, because the Imperial Guard was composed mostly of ground troops, elite infantry. The Holkencom, captained by his best friend, Raymond, was more like space cavalry. The Holkencom was the most feared fighting force in the 3 galaxies, a specialized commando battalion on the flagship Morcai, with both human and Cehn-Tahr personnel in an almost equal mixture. Raymond was bonded to the Morcai's former Kularian medical specialist, Dr. Idris Mallory, and they had a son, Kipling. The boy was almost as talented with a Kanbo fighting style as Mekashe, and he outclassed his father, Raymond. He was so good that Mekashe, fleet champion in Kanbo, had to work very hard to best him. He thought about families. He had been mildly infatuated with Idris Mallory and spent much time talking to her, learning about human culture. Raymond had been jealous. That was in the time before, when Raymond was forced by clan structure to take command of the Holkencom and captain the flagship Morcai. He had hated humans, and Dr. Mallory came in for a lot of harassment from him. That changed when she ran from a particularly painful argument and wound up at the lawless Banaski port, hiding from everyone. She was attacked by a brothel owner while defending 2 little girls, and left for dead. Raymond had sent several members of his squad after the perpetrator, who was left in pieces. After that, he and Idris bonded. It had been a sad day in Mekashe's life, because he adored the little blonde physician. But he was happy for his friend. It was odd that he liked humans so much. In past times, Cehn-Tahr had been prejudiced toward outworlders. Akhmau, the infamous Rojok prison camp, had changed all that. A combined crew of Cehn-Tahr and humans had been captured and held in the hellish concentration camp. Many had died regaining their freedom. It had drawn the 2 very different races close, and led to the formation of the Morcai Battalion. The integrated group was a sentinel of racial tolerance in a sea of interstellar prejudice. It had done much to change attitudes in the 3 galaxies. Now, humans were family to the military Cehn-Tahr. Many of Mekashe's comrades were as fascinated with the species as he was himself. Mekashe had dreamed for most of his life about a blonde human female with exquisite features. But unlike Idris Mallory, who was short and delicate, Mekashe's dream female was tall and willowy, and kind-hearted.